How bad would that noise be? Can you get back to it one more time? Can you get the back of it? Can you hear that? Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Winchester Football Weekly. Tonight is our final show. It's the infamous turkey toss, and we have special guests tonight. We have some Sachem's youth football cheerleaders from the 7th grade, and we also have athletic director Jimmy Duran from Woburn and Brian Carroll from Winchester. So tonight we want to start off with the Sachem's youth football cheerleaders, 7th grade. I have Grace Sabatino, and then I have Adrian C. and Michaela Wood. How are you guys?
Good.
First of all, tell me what grade you are and how long you've been cheering.
I'm in 7th grade, and this is my first year of SYFC.
I'm Adrian C., and this is my first year cheering with SYF.
I'm Michaela Wood. This is my first time cheering at SYFC, and I'm in 7th grade.
How was your experience this year? Was there a lot to learn? A lot of cheerleaders? How did it go for you this year?
I thought it was really fun working together with people that you don't know.
Did you have a good time being around all the football team and were you able to go to the away games, or was it just home games?
We just went to the home games.
How many games were you able to cheer this year?
Like 6.
Which is great. So you did both teams this year? Is that how it worked? You did the red and the black team?
Yes.
Now, do any of you go up in the air? So you're all on base? So you hold people up? All right. Well, how do you do that? How do you prevent them from not falling over?
Well, you have to have a flyer that you can trust that will make sure you know them well, so then you know that it's okay if you let them fall.
Tell the truth. Have you ever dropped one?
Almost. So it was all right.
You did end up catching her? Now, what about you guys? Have you ever seen anyone fall?
I've dropped my flyer once, but she was fine.
She was fine. When you guys practice these flies, are you guys in a gym or are you on mats? How does that work?
Well, we're on the field, but we only had like a couple weeks of practice, and we stopped for our first game and practice some more.
So your season's done. Did you enjoy the experience this year?
Yeah, a lot.
You're going to continue doing it next year?
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite part about cheering? Is it just getting to know some new girls, or what did you like about cheering the best?
I liked meeting a bunch of new girls from all the grades that I would have never known if I haven't done this.
That's a great experience for you guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. And obviously you guys can go to Gloria's Pizza, say you're on our show, and you'll get a free pizza, okay? So thank you, girls, very much for coming out. I appreciate it. Now, our next guest over here is the athletic director for Woburn, Jimmy Duran. Jimmy, how are you?
How's it going?
Jimmy, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. He's on the back of a milk carton right now. We're looking for Brian Carroll. Brian, thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me here, Pat. It's great.
Hey, Quinn, how are you, sir?
Good.
How old are you?
5.
Who's a better athletic director, your dad or Jimmy?
Daddy.
Yeah, there you go. I want to thank Jimmy for coming out. He was on the show last year, and he was nice enough to come back this year, so I appreciate it. And obviously, I want to. Absolutely, and it does make a big difference. So I do want to get right into it. Just some facts about this year's game. It's the 108th. It's the 108th game being played this year. They started in 1891. They had 12 ties, but they don't really have ties anymore because of the new rules. Winchester is still leading the series, 52-43, and 12 wins. Last year, obviously, Woburn handily took the win. It was a score of 56-0. Young team for Winchester, hopefully going to be able to better that than this year opposed to last. So that's a great place to start with Jimmy, because it is a tradition in Winchester and Woburn, and I'd like you to talk about the game itself.
Well, I think just the game itself, it's very exciting for Woburn people, and also very exciting for Winchester. There's been a lot of camaraderie with both towns after the game is played, and a lot of good friendships. I know with the Gill boys and Brian, and I think we hurt some feelings last year, and it really didn't sit well with Woburn people the way that it turned out, and And I think when it was all said and done afterwards, I think everybody looked at it and said they weren't happy with what happened, and it's probably it's something like in competitive sports where people get a little bit crazy, and when you sit back and look at it, you're not happy with what the turnout was. We wanted to win the game, but I think just emotions get a little carried away, and like I said, it just wasn't a proud point for us, but we were just looking to win the game, and it just got a little bit out of control.
And I can understand that. I mean, it is football. That is going to happen. Emotions do get high. It's been a long rivalry for over the years. So, talk to me about that, Brian. I'm going to give you the microphone. Just talk to about the rivalry itself and how things transpired over the last few years, and what it means to you as far as being the athletic director from the town you grew up in.
Sure. Well, I definitely want to comment on last year's game, and I think the three things that really impressed me the most was, you did have a blowout. It got out of hand. There were a lot of people that were upset, a lot of emotions. But the way our kids acted after the game, they showed tremendous character and class not to get involved in anything after the game. When you have a bad game like that, it can get ugly afterwards, and I think our kids and our staff did a great job. The other things that are really important to note is Joe Finnegan, the principal for Woburn, and Jimmy grabbed me immediately to have those two guys come right up and say, hey, we didn't want this. This is not what it's about. It shows you the leadership in that high school, and they're great people and good friends. And then the third thing is, just like we're telling our kids the whole time, there's always next year. And our kids are really determined to play a better game, and the excitement around the game, I don't think it's ever been higher right now. There's so many people that are fired up about it with all that's happened in the last couple of years with Woburn Police going through tremendous heartache with Glenn Doherty. There's an awful lot for us to be thankful for. And our kids are very lucky to be playing in a game like this, and they are fired up right now. They've had a great week of practice, and we're really looking forward to it.
Talk about conditions. This past week, we had alumni come down and talk to our team, Winchester kids, and one of the things that's brought up, Tommy Perrell, who played back in the 80s, one of the things he mentioned to these kids that they don't realize anymore, and I'm into fields, and I know you two are, is that, when they played back in the 80s, the grounds would be frozen, the grass would be muddy, and how you started off with sneakers, then you went to cleats, and all these kids are looking at, what are you talking about? We got synthetic now. Can you guys comment on that, Jimmy, a little bit about the field conditions has changed now outside sports?
Well, I think just with the turf fields, it makes it a lot easier, and I know Winchester's very happy that they have turf now, because now you don't have to work on the fields. So no, I think the turf is made a huge difference for everybody. I mean, unless it snows, and that could possibly, not this year, but it's happened in the past, and but the kids are spoiled. Now they go on a grass field, and they're like, we got to play here? I mean, there was no grass ever on Thanksgiving Day at either field in Winchester or at Woburn. So, I think sometimes you miss those days where I was looking at a thing today, a little Woburn history, and it showed like a 1979 game, and then it showed it like a 1970s game, and you couldn't even see the uniforms. They were all mud. All you could see was the kids' faces, and everything else was covered in mud. So that was, so I think it has changed, but the players, they don't know any different because they didn't have to play in grass. So, they're spoiled. So, they're just, I don't think it really matters to these guys where they play. Winchester or Woburn. They just want to play the game, and it doesn't matter if it's flag football. It's just something competitive, and that's what they want to do. So, yeah.
If you guys can talk to me now about the tradition that goes on this week. I know the captains and the coaches get together at the Rotary Club in one of the towns. Just talk to me about the process that the kids go through, because it is a weekly blip. I know Winchester, the kids go to church and say their last prayers. But talk to me about the tradition behind that week.
Well, the Rotary Club is from Woburn in Winchester. They have a Rotary luncheon last Tuesday, and we bring the captains, the superintendents, both come from both towns, and it's just a little luncheon, get together, and it's great now, because when I first started as an athletic director 10 years ago, the kids would sit down, the captains would sit down. It was kind of like a little, not a standoff, but they'd converse back and forth, but it was, like a rival. This year and in the last couple of years, it seems like the guys sit down, they're shooting the breeze back and forth, and they get along and they know each other. I mean, I don't know how, but it's probably through, text messaging and all the things. Everybody seems like they know each other more than they have in the past, and you get to know, you guys and stuff like that, not until after, when the rivalries were over. You might have known the person, say hi to them, but you didn't really know them. But they sit down, they talk, they converse, they go back and forth. So it's really, it's great to see. And then all week long, my wife thinks that I just run away for a week. So she says, I'll see you next week. And then she goes, I won't see you after that, because then hockey starts. So this is the beginning of the end for us. So, but no, then we have, Tuesday night we have the dinner, which, we have the Woburn and the Winchester people get together. I know it's a little bit different this year. There's been talk of, Winchester people, coming and going, which ones are coming, which ones are going. We'll just see on Tuesday night how it works out. And, hopefully we keep the tradition, because, I think it means a lot to everybody. And, I think there's still some hurt feelings over, what went on, and I don't blame you. I mean, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be sour too. So I mean, it's part of it, and we'll work together, and it's just like anything else. I mean, you fight with your brothers, you seem like you somehow get back together, right?
You know what? It's interesting. I talked to Jimmy's wife earlier, and this is her favorite week of the year. And I think she was talking about the rivalry, but maybe the alone time's pretty good for a healthy marriage, anyhow. But yeah, we also have two great dinners on Tuesday night, and both for charity. The first one's been around for 50 years or so. Yeah. We go over to Woburn, and it's a different night. They do a great job over there at the Lions of Kiwanis. They cook a steak dinner. We have great speakers. We have Tim Fox this year from the Patriots. It's going to be a great time. We have a lot of the parents of the players go, and many of the alums. And I know it's a huge night in Woburn, and we give each other a few zingers, and you go back and forth.
No, I think you give him a zinger. He does the right thing.
Well, we can blame you for that.
So it's my fault. That's what you're gonna come over here. I didn't score any points.
You're gonna have the speech how you started off. Well, I've been the AD here for 3 years, and we haven't lost on Thanksgiving Day game. And Rocky, I don't know what's going to happen, but it looks like it's going to be 4 straight, and so on and so forth. So
5 touchdowns in a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and there's 5 and Rocky isn't a time to retire, and I mean, all right.
Well, and it is true. There's, I think a little bit of competition is good. I think Winchester is trying to build their program with Papuana coming back, with the middle school, trying to get the entire community back involved. A lot of people in Winchester, they don't quite understand that whole 50-year tradition of the Tuesday night. So I think with a lot of the Papuana people coming back, it makes a big difference for them to come over there. And then hopefully, like you talked about, getting it back together a little bit, and then we go over there and it's a 50-50 night a little bit, and I think that makes a big difference. One thing I would like to have you guys talk about, it's other than the game, next year, MIA ruled on a playoff system that seems to is going to change things up a little bit. What does that mean for the Middlesex League?
Well, I don't think we're really sure just yet. I know it's going to be different, and probably we're actually looking at it from every sport now. of how the league is going to be split. It's going to be split by enrollment. Are we going to do strength of program? Are we going to do, split it up and strength of every single sport? I mean, that's going to be difficult. And then the same thing with football. Football is going to be difficult because we're in a situation where Woburn and Winchester would have to play each other automatically twice the way that it's set up. So we'd play each other. Yeah.
Are you guys in favor of that? Or?
You know, we just have to look at it as in the fact that, what's going to really keep the rivalry going. I mean, I know that it might hurt the rivalry, but also, would it be good to play somebody twice? We don't really know. We haven't hasn't happened yet. But I think, would we rather have Woburn and Winchester play on Thanksgiving and have it count? Yes, that's what we were looking for. But we have to really look at all the different options and see what happens. I mean, really, we could play each other 3 times. There is a possibility of that happening too. So it's just really new to us. We've talked about it, already probably 10 hours as athletic directors. And, we just have to somehow play it out. Hopefully somebody comes up with a good idea on how we do it. There's supposedly something where you can do like a power scale, but we don't know how that happens, So we're asking around, and people get feelers out there of what we got to do. So we will be trying different things.
Well, I can give you my opinion on it. I understand what the MIAA is trying to do. They want every game to be a great game and play schools of your like size, which means a great deal to me. I think that's really important. However, we have great rivalry with Woburn, but we also have great rivalries with the rest of the league. And I think whenever you take away those rivalries and the history, I have real mixed emotions about it. But, hey, change is difficult, and you go forward with a positive attitude. We're going to see how it shapes out. And if I have to see Rocky Nelson 3 times next year, honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, once is enough for me, Jimmy. I'm good with that.
I'd like to take a quick second because I want to have Paul Manganaro come in. And obviously he's the producer of this show and has done a great job of getting guests all year long, but he has a presentation for Jimmy, so I'll give him the microphone.
Hey, thanks, Pat. Thanks, Quinn. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Jay. Great season on Winchester Football Weekly. As you know, last year, Jimmy, when you came with Coach Nelson, we had my lovely wife, Barbara, made up a 25-pound turkey with all the fixings and stuff. Well, we're taking the rivalry a little more serious this year, so if you could just remove that cover.
You see, even Paul's wife is upset. So that so that's all you're getting.
I haven't had anything to eat in an hour, so I got a little hungry. But if you just hold it to the camera there, congratulations! It was a nice stop and shop. I also wanted to take this opportunity to offer you a free ticket to our first annual Winchester Football Pride Night tomorrow night. We're going to have cocktail hour from 6 to 7 at the Sons of Italy. With the dinner at 7, and we have Jimmy Dunn, kind of like Duran. Jimmy Dunn, the comedian, coming down, going to do a 40-minute skit, and then Steve Diossi. Yeah. And then we have Steve Diossi coming. But in all seriousness, this is a great rivalry. I appreciate you taking the time to come down here, and look forward to that middle school football game next year with Woburn and bringing in the league. So everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, and let's get to the turkey toss. We've got some guys that want to throw some turkeys around.
Yes, thank you very much, Jim, for coming out. I appreciate it. Obviously, good luck. Not too much luck, but happy Thanksgiving. Brian, thank you very much. We're going to get the boys up here now, if we could, to start throwing. And I'm going to start off with some of the younger kids over here first. So come on, let's line up and get ready, guys. All right. The first two, I have 2 kids from the youth football program that are going to give this a shot. And the way that the Pop Warner has played this year, they might have a shot at winning this thing. They had a great season. Winchester Pop Warner started off this year. They had a 580 winning percentage. They had 3 teams in the hunt for the playoffs, and that's all they can have because of the 3 teams. 2 of them made the playoffs. They both lost to teams that eventually went on to play for the Massachusetts Championship. So it was a great result for the Winchester Pop Warner, and hats off to Michael Buongiorno, Brandon Bergstrom, Chuck Ward, Georgie Nowell for making that a great, successful year. So we're going to start off and get these kids going. As you can see, The line's over there, and we're going to start with our first two kids. We're going to bring up Brendan Gill and Charlie Ward. Brendan, which one of you guys are going to throw? All right, we have Charlie Ward going to throw, and Brendan Gill's going to catch it. All right, and we also have you're going to measure? All right, we also have Michael Buongiorno's going to measure. The trick is to throw it up over your head. Brendan should get sideways and catch it. Oh, right there on the green line. That could win it tonight, guys. The way that some of these guys are, that could be a winner. So the next group, hold on one second. All right, next up, I need John Dooley and Aaron Bernard are going to come up and give us a shot. Nice job, kid. So the kid, hey, take the wrapper off after this one because they're throwing it by the handle, Coach, they're throwing it by the handle. So there's a little cheating going on here. So the trick is to throw it up over your head, and obviously it has to be a successful catch. Oh, no catch there. All right, bring it up to Coach. Okay, next up, we're going to have David Ferrioli and Dana Morocco. Come on up. All right, David Ferrioli is tossing to Dana Morocco. David Ferrioli plays defensive end. Dana Morocco is the running back and a linebacker for the varsity. Oh, and they tied the Pop Warner kids. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. But it was a nice toss. They beat them by a little bit. All right, next up we have some more Pop Warner kids. This is Derek Harley and Brian Pacific. Who's gonna throw? Brian's gonna throw. Derek, my advice to you is turn sideways so you can cradle it in when it comes in, okay? Get your arms ready. Come on, you were a tight end for me this year. Let's see you make that catch. Oh, that's a nice toss, though. Okay, next up, I have Cole King and Nick Vallis. Cole King and Nick Vallis. Come on, boys. All right, we have Nick Vallis that's going to throw. Matter of fact, Nick Vallis and Cole King are both nose guards on defense. And Nick plays guard on the offense. Does a great job. Oh, and there's a catch. All right, there's our leader right there. So, so far we have a leader there. All right, right now 11 feet 1 inch is the starting. If you guys want to get two kids together, just come on up. Let me know. Next up, we're going to have Dan McGurl and Cam McGee. All right, now we're getting into the heavyweights. These guys have to be able to beat this thing. Obviously, these are our linemen, if you haven't noticed. Last year's winners, by the way. Oh, wait, the toss. Oh, and there's a big catch from Dan McGurl. There's a huge catch. That could be difficult to beat. So that's a huge toss and catch by those two. Obviously all those lineman team dinners have been paying off. So, that's one piece that we want to talk about. Hey, Cam, come here. Talk about that a little bit. It's part of the traditions that you do in the high school. You guys have team dinners, that type of thing. And I know some of the linemen get together and go out for their own special team dinner. So why don't we get some of the linemen over here? Come here, guys. Real quick. Talk to me about the offensive line or defensive line team dinners. Where do you go? And tell me about it.
It all started with Old Country Buffet at the Meadow Glen Mall. And it started off as an eating competition between everyone. but soon to realize that's not that fun when Jack pukes in the parking lot every week, and when Jack and Jimmy puke every week.
So we had Jimmy and Jack who threw up. Well, not for nothing, but for the offensive line, I understand why. They got a couple more years of growth in it before they can start competing with you guys. So, well, tell me about the eating. Who won? Who won the eating contest?
Well, the first one, Dan McGurl won on a it was a very invalid. He joined late.
His first plate was French fries, and he thought that excluded him from the last round, which
The second one was won by Cam. He won. It was a three-way tie?
That was arguably the grossest experience of my life, because we kind of ran out of food to eat. So we round up just chugging chocolate milk and eating saltines, just finding anything to who could go further. So, but yeah, after that one we kind of stopped and we started trying to enjoy ourselves a little bit more, and it turned out into a really good time.
The most memorable moment about Old Country Buffet was, though, Polly dropping out of the eating contest and then going back and eating more for pleasure. It was one of the grossest things I've ever seen.
Foley, I am curious. Come on, step up here, kid. Obviously you're a sophomore, one of the biggest linemen that we have. All right. Tell me, how was it, going out to dinner with these guys? You guys have a lot of fun doing it?
It was a great time with the boys. Solid time. Our best team dinner, I'd say, was we went to Nick Vallis' restaurant, Zoe's. You guys should go. It's in Harvard Square. Oh, say it again.
1,105 Mass Ave.
Great food, great prices, especially good prices. Didn't even have to pay.
The Vallises have been great. I would also want to recommend, say last night at the Papuana, the Vallises were kind enough to donate all the food for the banquet. So, thank you guys very much for all that you do. So, but I want to give it back to Jimmy because why not?
No, but on a serious note, this year the offensive line from seniors to juniors to sophomores has been the closest bond on the team. Every single one of us has had our back and everything. It's just been a really fun time to play with every single one of them.
And that's true. The offensive line, a lot of people don't understand that group that goes along and the friendships that you develop. Some of the funny stuff that goes on during a line, which I love. And I'd like somebody to tell something that happened on an offensive line that, come on, you guys got some story. I know you're on TV, so but I would like to hear something that happened on an offensive line. Trash talking? Let's talk about it.
I think it was the first week of camp. Dan McGurl got absolutely pancaked by Nick Vallis. It was brutal. And he was just laying down for a few minutes, couldn't get up.
We also we have a running joke where me and Jimmy are on the left side of the line, the leaner side, and Vallis and Poley are on the right side.
The no doubt stronger side.
So it's been a fun time talking trash back and forth throughout the year.
I think 3 words can describe the joke this year for the offensive line. Insert the hips. Insert the hips. That's about it.
One other statement I hear a lot is wham.
So after one of our scrimmages against Lynn Classical, we were watching the film, and our head coach Wally Dombowski came in, and we hadn't been doing too well pass blocking. We let Timmy get hit a couple times. He got hit a couple times, and so he came in. He often wears his visor. He turned his visor backward and said, took his chain off, put his glasses on, and said, "You got to take 2 kick steps back." And he went wham, and just screamed as loud as he could. And it was a serious moment for him, but we all lost it. The whole room, all the linemen, the tight ends, we all lost it. But so ever since then, it's been a running joke. Yeah.
Well, obviously, thank you guys for your time and good luck. I know you guys have some work cut out for you during the Woburn game. It's it's a great competition. It's a great rivalry. And real quickly, give me an idea what it means to you. Whoever wants to speak on that, as far as even getting back at them from last year. I mean, I can't imagine that you're not upset. So talk about that a bit.
Well, the whole O-line was on the team and was at the Thanksgiving game last year. And there's no doubt that the O-line is going to take complete control of this game and win it for the Sachems and get back at the Tanners.
That's a great answer. I wish you guys luck. Have a lot of fun, especially you seniors. Congratulations on a great high school career. If you're going on to play, good luck. But remember, none of this stuff matters. What's happened all this year. The only one everyone ever talks about is the Winchester-Woburn game. So good luck. Next up, I have Timmy Mangano and Jack Curran. We have Timmy Mangano, the quarterback, on a throw to Jack Curran. So this is going to be a chuck, what I can imagine. So Timmy's going to give this a throw, and we'll see how he does. By the way, Timmy Mangano and Dan McGurl, the captains of the team this year, they've done a great job with these kids. Oh, he caught it. Oh, no. That was a heck of a throw and catch. Oh, that's a tough one. That might have outdid the measuring. So that was a great toss and catch. You're talking over 30 feet. I think that's last year, again, Jimmy Carrother and Pat Gill won the competition as freshmen. But I think the upperclassmen were sure to make sure that they didn't win again this year. So the next group is Devin DiVincenzo and Parker Carey. So let's go. Let's come on up, boys. Parker Carey, middle linebacker for the Winchester Sachems, has done a phenomenal job. And Devin DiVincenzo is putting on gloves. So we'll see how this goes. Look, not for nothing. He is a lineman, so I'm not expecting much anyway. We'll do he's confident because he's going behind the line. Oh, not going to happen, folks. Not going to happen. So that leaves us to last year's champions, which were last year Pat Gill and Jimmy Carrother won. Pat threw it and Jimmy caught it. I really don't think there's a chance that they're going to do this year. I think last year they kind of snuck one out, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen this year. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen?
I think they're going to lose.
The support of a little brother. No, the throw didn't make it. So we have a new champion this year. And all right, Timmy Mangano and Jack Curran are your winners this year. That's it. So thank you very much. Come on over. So what we're going to do is, first of all, Timmy, congratulations, you guys, on winning. That was a heck of a toss and catch. Hey, and not for nothing, I got to tell you, a few minutes before the actual competition, Timmy visited me after your practice round, and he thought about upgrading up to somebody else because you had missed a few.
Yeah, I was on the run. Those are some warm-ups, Got to get loose.
Well, it's safe to say you got it all out of your system before it counted. So that was an unbelievable catch and throw. I do want to get into the tradition. Timmy Mangano is the quarterback. He plays safety. He's played a little bit on defense, almost all over the place. He actually gets out there on receiver sometimes as well. But he's a captain of the team, and I'd like to ask him, what playing for Winchester High School has meant to you. You've had a brother that played here as well. So what is this game and playing for the high school meant for you?
Well, this game to me, I've been playing football since I was in second grade. So it's kind of the last time I'll ever get to play, and it's gonna be fun because I played Pop Warner, and I got to play with all the kids. I get to play against all my friends that I made there, but I get to play with my new friends that obviously from Winchester, that are my better friends. So it'll be fun to beat them, and then obviously got to be able to win, so I can say not get crap from Matt saying that we lost when he won. So
Absolutely, that's a big part of it as well. Is that for the rest of your life, the one game that anyone ever asked if you won was the Winchester Woburn game. So, talk to me about your career and what this game means to you.
This is one of the biggest games that I'll ever play in because last year I was unable to play in it because I got injured. So it's good to be back this season and be able to play.
Well, after this game, when it's all said and done, but talk about the tradition this week. I'd like you to talk about the mass that you guys go to at St. Mary's. I think that's an important thing for people to hear as well, that they really take the time on Wednesday, and also talk about the Powder Puff game that's happening on Wednesday as well.
So the mass tomorrow, Wednesday night, it's at 4 o'clock. It's kind of a sermon. It's mostly like football prayers, like stuff like that. A lot of the kids, seniors, make speeches, reading like prayers or songs, and there will be 2 kids singing. It's welcome to anyone. It's at 4 o'clock at St. Mary's. And then, do you want to talk about the Powder Puff?
The Powder Puff game is this Wednesday. It's going to be a big game. Me, Timmy, Dan, and George are coaching the seniors. So, it's the junior girls and the senior girls play each other. I think we have real refs this year too. Yeah, and it's flag football, and it's just a lot of fun. We get to make a playbook and all that, so it should be very good.
And I think it's important to try to keep the community together. So I think that's a great way to get the school drawn into it. It's right after school. They all walk down to Manchester Field as soon as they have a pep rally here, and then they leave from the pep rally and go right down to the middle school to have that game. And I think that's a great tradition that they've developed, and now it's grown to where they have a lot of girls that want to play in it, and it's nice to see that all the guys come down and support them as well. So I'm going to give it to Jay right here.
This is the second annual turkey toss. We had great success last year. I know the 2 guys that won it last year have been walking around bragging for the past year. So you guys will get this whole last year to walk around brag. It's we both receive a $50 gift certificate for American Express. I think both your parents will really agree that they could probably use that for Thanksgiving with all the turkey and all the festive things that happen. What do you think all the memories that you had this year? Just give me one memory of the whole year, one sentence that you think that's happened that has happened good or bad.
I think our best memory was the victory after Melrose because it was really fun. It was our first league game. We came out Friday night, and we were the underdog, and we just beat them, and it was great.
How about you? What was your best memory or bad memory, something that you want to reflect on?
Well, he kind of stole mine, but I guess it had to be kind of the brotherhood that we made. I've been going to all these team dinners, like in the middle of the week when we don't even have a game till like Friday. We go to like Zoe's restaurant on like a Tuesday night, so that was definitely a great memory.
One thing I do want to say is, I could speak for some of the underclassmen a little bit, that this group of seniors has been great role models for the younger players, and that should go recognized because they've done a great job with not only bringing a younger group of kids in, but also getting them up to speed and making them feel welcome. So, I'd like to thank you guys for that because I know a lot of the younger kids have learned a lot from all of you guys, and you've been pretty accepting of it. So, obviously, we want to say good luck and, kick their butts. That's all we can say is good luck. All right, now we're going to bring up some middle school kids. I'm going to ask for names.
Sam Curtin.
Sam Curtin, how are you, kid? All right, who are you throwing or catching? Are you throwing or catching? You're catching. Who's your thrower? All right, what's your name?
Julian Phillips.
All right, you ready to go? Let's get up there, boys. Let's get this thing going. All right, now, so Sam, what grade are you in? You're in 8th grade, so you're coming up to the high school next year. What grade are you in? 8th grade. So both of these kids are coming up to join the high school team next year. So we look forward to seeing that. So let's go ahead, give this thing a throw. That was you know what? That one caught him by surprise. I don't think Sam expected it to go that far. That was a great toss. All right, who's next? Who do we have?
Devin Morocco. Willis Virginian.
Okay, who's going to throw and who's going to catch? All right, Mr. Morocco's going to throw. And by the way, we have Devin is Dana's younger brother. who also played in the middle school program. Both of these guys had great years. Oh, hey, they completed it. That's more than half the high school group did. So is there anyone else going to be throwing this? Are we good? All right. That's the end. So that was a great year this year. We had some great guests on the beginning of this year. We had a ref on that was new this year. We just had some very good communication with some of the Where Are They Now segments, and the special guests this year were great. This has turned out to be another great start of the Thanksgiving week. So I would like to thank everybody for the opportunity to, come on and talk with some of these youngsters. My favorite part of this, obviously, is talking to the kids. Love asking those questions. The kids have some great answers. Some of them are smarter than me, so I appreciate the answers. So I'll give it to my brother.
Yeah, we also want to thank WinCam. We couldn't do this with all you guys that help us out. We really appreciate it. Like I said, I think we have a lot of fun. I know the kids watch this, and I think a lot of parents. I'm amazed at how many parents watch this. They actually think my brother's Terry Bradshaw. He kind of looks like him, I think. But I have a lot of fun with my brother, and Paul Manganaro, the producer. Each year we get better and better, and next year we look to do bigger and better things. I hope everyone comes out for Thanksgiving to the game, and I hope everyone and their families have a wonderful Thanksgiving. God bless you. Good night.